Hey everyone, I'm Professor Puddle. I have a question for you, my students. There is one thing we all use and need. Can you guess what it could be? Did you get it? It's water. All of us use water in many different ways. So, as you want to learn more about the world, I'll show you one of the ways in which you get your important water. That's running to your tap right now. Alright, so our journey begins here. This is a spring. I hear you thinking, what is a spring? Well, it's like a natural fountain that comes from the ground. Underground water finds a way to come up to the surface and creates this large body of water that you see here. Springs can also be bigger or smaller in size than this one. But also, interestingly, they provide fresh water to plants and animals. So, that's one of the beginnings of the water process. And as it's at the start, we call this the source. There is also a river and other sources that Portsmouth Water use. I'll take you to the next stage of the process. This is a pumping station. It takes all of that natural spring water onto the next bit of the process. It pumps over 60 megalitres of water a day. That's 60 million litres, which is the equivalent of filling up 24 Olympic-sized swimming pools in one day. It pumps it on to the next place, which is this place. This is Farlington Filtration Works. It's not too far away from where we just were. The water comes in to be filtered. Before the year 1965, hard workers here filtered the water all day long in this large pit outside. This was once known as a slow sand filter. These may look a bit like dirty swimming pools or a jacuzzi, but these are the modern day version of what we saw outside. They are called rapid gravity filters. Below the sand are little things that look like ice cream cones. In them are little holes which compressed air is pushed through. This loosens up the sand and enables all the bits which have been trapped to be released. After it's been through the sand, the water is sent off to the next stage of treatment, UV disinfection. The water is then taken to be zapped with ultraviolet light, inactivating dangerous bacteria in the water. Chlorine is then added to complete the disinfection process and ensure that the water is wholesome and safe to drink. To make sure all the water treatment processes are working correctly, Portsmouth Water headquarters also has a laboratory where you'll find me and my colleagues testing the water in various ways. We test for any harmful chemicals and bacteria at all stages of the treatment process, including samples from our customers' houses. This even includes tasting it. The water, after being treated, is taken by gravity and pumps to your house, school and buildings. And after you've used it, it then goes back into the sea for nature to start the process again. Alright, that concludes today's lesson. I hope you've learnt something. And maybe you'll get to visit us one day and see the process for yourself. Until then, keep learning and keep drinking.